What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys. I'm your host, Terry. Um, Earlier today, a move that was kind of expected came down. The Charlotte Hornets have decided to waive Josh Okogie after not being able to find a trade partner. Because that's what we were trying to do. Um, Ultimately, man, how do I feel about this move? I do not love it at all. I really don't like it, honestly. Um, I think his contract was for 7.8 million. Um, Not anything that really breaks the bank. Um, so it's kind of hard for me to just be like, oh, I love this move. I understand that we have a lot of, bodies on the roster right now. Um, Obviously, as we all expect, Daquan Jeffries, he's gonna be waived at some point. Um, Nick Smith Jr., probably will be a roster casualty as well. Um, so there's people that, they will be gone. Um, but ultimately, man, we made this decision and I just feel like, there was other candidates to get gone. I really was gonna do a video about should we waive Josh Green or cut I mean Josh Kogi or trade Josh Green. Now thing is, the Josh Okogie move, it was simply the easiest. He's on a non-guaranteed contract. Just don't guarantee the contract. Like it's not that many moving parts that need to take place to make the decision, which in turn makes it the easiest decision. Whereas, let's say you do like Josh Okogie over Josh Green, now you gotta find something to do with Josh Green. Um, I think if we cut him, we probably would still have some dead money. Um, but yeah, it's tough. Um, and this is where, using all four of our draft picks, kind of got us in the situation. Um, and not saying I'm mad about that because, I like all the picks for, the reasons that we took them. But I was surprised to see us really use all four of those picks. I just knew we was, doing some type of trade. I really was surprised to see us use all four picks, man. So, you know, I mean, the roster's loaded now. Um, Everybody's on a standard contract, no two ways. So that, you just added four people to the roster right there. Spencer Dinwiddie. Um, I think after acquiring Colin Sexton's kind of like, you know, but ultimately, I'm not mad at the Hornets building a team of depth because we've had so many injuries and just, ultimately, man, I'm not mad at us just having as many able bodies as possible. Um, and when I say able bodies, I mean guys that if somebody goes down, we have somebody else stepping up who we can keep this thing afloat. Um, so I'm not mad at it. I would rather the 13th, 14th, and 15th guy on the roster be real rotation players that just aren't getting minutes right now versus, if any of those guys step onto the floor, we're immediately getting way worse as a team and we have no chance to win games. Um, so I can live with what we have going on right now, but I hate to lose Josh Okogie simply because his defense. But also I really feel like he embodied Hornets DNA and what we're trying to build here. The tenacity that we played with after getting traded here, um, it was, injuries all around and he stepped up. He had plenty of games where he had 14, 15, 16. He's having rebounds, steals, blocks. He's out there, you know, doing a lot until, his thigh injury shut him down. But he was pretty much out there, doing what somebody like a Josh Green, what his role is supposed to be. Um, as far as Okogie, he's a better defender to me than Green, better scorer, and their role is pretty much the same. There's an overlap, so that's kind of why the comparison is getting directly towards Josh Green. And the thing is, when you put their stats side by side, it's damn near identical. But Josh Green is playing almost twice the time, which shows he's out there fucking bullshitting. And that's the thing that made me so mad about Josh last year is because especially with the injuries, bro, why are you still out here having 3 points and we're damn near a G League team? What do you do? Score, do something. Josh Okogie came in all these injuries around, he's at least having 16, 17. He's doing something. Josh Green still doing the same bullshit that he was doing before. That shit that was pissing me off. And then Josh Green will pop off for 20, and the next game he has 4. And you're like, bro, I know what you're capable of offensively. That shit that pisses me off. If you're ass, you're ass. But once you show me that you can do something, you can't maintain it. That's what pisses me off. And ultimately, I know it's easier said than done. Highs and lows come, but let a low game be like 7, 8 points, not 2, 3, and you completely disappear as a fucking player. Um, but it is what it is, man. Like I said, it was the easiest decision without having to tweak the roster. But the thing is, the roster has to be tweaked anyway. So that's why I kind of was like, we might as well re-sign him and just figure the shit out later, because we still have 18 roster spots taken up right now. So moves still have to get made. Um, Daquan Jeffries is not guaranteed, so that brings it down to 17 if we waive him. But still, 2 people got to go either way. Um, you know, right now, shout out to Hornets Hoops because I am using his depth chart right here because it was in my face as I was scrolling about to make this video. So let's just say projected starting lineup, and I will make a video about what I think our starting lineup should be. Um, but for right now, LaMelo Ball, Colin Sexton, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Musa. That's the starters, right? Okay, that's 5. Now, backup point guard, he has Spencer Dinwiddie. Could that look different? Possibly. Spencer Dinwiddie is an interesting signing, because it's like on the past few teams he's been on, he's been getting minutes and then he'll sit and kind of get some DNPs and he plays, and you know he's here on a veteran minimum deal. Um, so if he ends up just being a depth piece, I'm not mad at it. Um, but I do think he will play for us. So I mean, right now, Spencer Dinwiddie, Trey Man, Khan, Grant, who will obviously start the season off hurt. Um, Ryan. So that's 10. Sion, Josh Green, Liam, Tijon, Mason. That's 15 right there. So I mean, it all just depends on how much do we value Pat Connaughton. Um, and I mean, as far as Nick Smith Jr., I think the writing is on the wall. So I mean, those guys could be the 3 out on the bubble. I mean, but Daquan gets us 17, Nick gets us a 16. So yeah, at that point, kind of have to make a decision between Pat Connaughton and somebody else. Um, yeah, like I said, I feel like he's the most likely to be, because I don't see where Pat Connaughton gets real minutes on this team. Um, I just don't see how he gets it. Oh, are you going to play Pat Connaughton? I mean, honestly, he would only really play if injuries mounted anyway. But are you going to play him over Connor Liam? If not necessarily. If you have a bunch of injuries, you're probably going to want to get your rookies the chance to play anyway. And it's not like Pat Connaughton had been having the best last few years with the Bucks. Um, so I think that ultimately it could be him, Nick, and Daquan that are the odd man out. Would I be against waiving Mason Plumlee? No, I wouldn't. I would not be. I would not be against getting Plumlee off this fucking team. If you watch the channel for a few years, you know that I am not the highest on Mason Plumlee. I do not really like him at all, really. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't mind that. And it was actually like just crazy to see like the way that Suns fans reacted to him being off their team. They were rejoicing. They were rejoicing. I gotta find a tweet, but it literally was a tweet that said like pretty much something along the lines of like he's not good at anything, you know what I'm saying? And it literally went viral and I seen it. I was just like, yeah, I'm not happy to have this back on my team, man. Seriously. Do I think he could do something good to teach Ryan, certain things, yeah. But I'm not really too happy about it, man. So it is what it is, man. Honestly, I try to keep this video under 5 minutes, but I'm a fucking yapper. Um, I'll wrap this shit up, man. We still have a few days off between our next summer league game. We play on the 17th. I'll probably make some type of content tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get stuff out like literally every day if I can. But yeah, man, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Um, comment down below if y'all think this was the right move. Do not really care. Does it not really affect you? Um, yeah, y'all just let me know how y'all feel, man. Like I said, I understand the move. Ultimately, was there a clear path for Okogie to get minutes? Maybe, maybe not. But I do feel like if there's minutes for Josh Green, those could have been Josh Okogie's. No, that's all I'm saying. But anyways, I will catch y'all on the next one. Till then, peace.